Ready? Okay. You had asked what is an Arab, all right? And I like to explain that basically by going into the word Arab, okay? Because of the automobile in Arabic speaking countries is called Arabia, which means to move about. That's what the word really means, to move about. All right, that's why they call it an automobile or car in Arabia. So an Arab is really not a race or an ethnicity. It's more a person that moves from one place to another, much in the same way the word Hebrew has its origins in the same type of thing. It's a verb. It means to move from one side to the other side. So so you gotta look into the origin of things because it's really when you study the science of anthropology, for example, and I picked up on this years ago, like in the 1960s when I was a little child. I was reading the Encyclopedia Britannica, right? And it talked about the three, or what the Encyclopedia Britannica called the three main races of man. They dealt with Caucasoid, Mongoloid, and uh, what they would call, what do they call it?
Negroid.
Negroid, right? But I would like to say, instead of saying Negroid, I would, would prefer Congoloid. All right, and the reason I'm saying Congoloid because that's the central part of Africa where most of humanity, according to the anthropologists, or originated from. Because when they start talking about Lucy and these different ancient Africans, they say that humanity came out of that region of Africa, which is what they would call today common day Congo, all right, or somewhere in that area, all right. Because you got to remember the borders that are there today were not there until the late 1800s. So that's so when you start talking about Africa in the terms of modern day Africa, the 54 nation states, those nation states didn't exist. They didn't exist until the so-called Berlin Conference. You understand? Which is a whole nother topic, which I ain't gonna go into today. But I'm just piquing piquing the audience's interest with different. I'm dropping seeds for people that are interested in exploring these things to go look it up. Go do the research and see. We living in an age now where you can do it easy. I had to really dig for this stuff years ago, but to do it now, it's right at the click of a mouse or right on your phone. You can just go to Google or whatever, and Wikipedia, one of them places, and find it. But Africa, as we know it, uh, today did not exist prior to the Berlin Conference, and so I'm throwing these things out here. Like I said, going back to the original title of this video, pandemics and protests, we got to do more research on all levels: economics, education, entertainment, labor law, politics, religion, sex, and war. That's what Neely Fuller Jr. referenced, and that's what we need to be focusing on.
Dr. Ankaturi, where can these videos be viewed or where can you find more content?
My videos can be viewed on YouTube at the Dr. Anki Turi YouTube channel. But to find more information, like the type of information I'm talking about, you got to go look for it. See, Matthew 7:7 says this: ask, seek, and knock. You understand? So if you don't ask, if you don't seek, and you don't knock, I guess you won't know unless you stumble into it.
All right. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you for your time.